नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते राधानाथ स्वामी नित्य नामिने। नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नित्य नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्य देशतारिणे। उमज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरु वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसूते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ईश्वर परम कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर गोविंद सर्व कारण कारणम। ओम तत्सत। Hare Krishna. By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita, the king of knowledge, Raja Vidya. Susukam Kartum Abhyam, the knowledge which can be joyfully performed and everlasting knowledge. By Krishna's causeless mercy, we are successfully studying in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. We finished 15 slokas. And now we understand very clearly from this chapter that Krishna is there with us all the time and he is giving us everything. So we need to now detach from ourselves, from everything in this material world and focus only on Krishna. In the 14th chapter, we studied about the three modes of material nature. As long as we are associating with the modes of nature, it is not possible for us to get ourselves connected with Krishna. So that we understand. So now practice is the only way, focusing our mind on Krishna. So that's what focusing our thoughts on Krishna. So that's the only way we can actually free ourselves from the modes of nature and we can actually live very happily. We can lead a happy life. Everyone wants to be happy only, but we don't know how to be happy. If we are attached to the results of our activities, we can't be happy. So that means if we are not attached to the results of activities, then we can be like Krishna, like as Krishna told in Bhagavad Gita in the 3rd chapter, that Name Parthasti Kartavyam Trishu Lokeshu Kinchana. Nanavaptam Avaptavyam Vartayevacha Karmani. So our situation also should be like that way only. There should not be any duty for us to do in this world. Then only we can become like Krishna. We cannot become Krishna, but we can become like Krishna. That's what is very important. So there should not be any duty for us to do. Like Krishna said that, Name Partasti Kartavyam Trishu Lokeshu Kinchana. So there is no work for me to do in all these three worlds. Then, even though there is no work for Krishna to do in all these three worlds, but Krishna is doing it. Krishna came to this world, appeared, and Krishna did a lot of work. He did so much, so many actions, activities. He was in the battlefield, riding Arjuna's chariot, driving Arjuna's chariot. It was a big work actually. For the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, for him there is no work to do, but he is coming and becoming a charioteer and driving Arjuna's chariot. Riding Arjuna's chariot. And then he even went to Duryodhana to stop the war. He went as a messenger. So, as a mediator, he went, but nothing worked out. So, there is no work for Krishna to do, but he came here because he loves all of us. Because we are forced to come here. Krishna came here to save us, not by force. But we are here because of force coming from Maya, the three modes of material nature. So now Krishna is giving us or showing us the way to go to him, to become like him. In this life itself, it is possible. In this life itself, if we are able to give up all the attachments, if we don't identify ourselves with anything in this material world, that means our identity should be only based on the soul, not based on the body. So that means we have to identify ourselves with the soul. All the identity in our Aadhaar card or passport or other things, driving license or voter card or all those identities, that is not our real identity. That is the identity for the body. And even there also, one has to update the picture after several years, because everything is changing. That's why they are asking us to update. But our real identity is that we are a Purusha, the soul, living entity. So that's what is our real identity. We need to understand. Now, after understanding, identifying this very important fact, we should do everything. All the actions should be carried out only to uplift ourselves from this mortal world, Mrityu Loka, material world, which is mortal world. Material and mortal. So, when we identify that we are the soul, then we should also know from Bhagavad Gita very well that Krishna is the super soul, the supreme Lord. And when we want to become like Krishna, that means nothing should be forcing us to do anything in this material world. That means we should come out of the force of Maya. So that means we should not associate ourselves with Maya. Guna Sangosha, Karanam Guna Sangosha. We should give up our association with Maya. How we are going to do that? Simply by surrendering unto Krishna. That's it. simply by rendering devotional service unto Krishna. That's it. Then we are freed from Maya. Then we can become like Krishna. Then we can do everything whenever we want. Then there is no force. Then we are not forced to do anything. And we are also forced to not doing anything. We can choose, we can decide to do something or not. We can just decide. This Bhagavad Gita knowledge is giving us the direction very clear. So by studying Bhagavad Gita, by understanding Bhagavad Gita, by following Bhagavad Gita, we will be able to lead a life where without any force to do anything. In fact, we are studying everything else to actually do things. We're going to school, going to college, and studying a lot of degrees and subjects and all such things. We are doing all those things to do many activities, to do many actions. That's why we are doing all those things. But we are studying Bhagavad Gita to not do anything. That means being free from the force of Maya. Then, when we want to serve Krishna, that is our wish, because we want to please Krishna, because we love Krishna, and we love Krishna so much that we want to do everything only for Krishna. It is not because of any force, it is because of love. So at that time, there is no need to get stressed out. There is no need to get any stress. People in this material world, when we are forced to act, we are getting a lot of stress. And we have to do so many activities and not able to find enough time to have a good sleep, or not able to find enough time to have a good prasadam, good meal. And we are struggling and suffering in this material world when we are not following Bhagavad Gita. When we are not freed from the bondage to work. So then we are struggling and suffering. Everyone in this material world are struggling and suffering because of that only. So always depending on Krishna and doing everything for Krishna with love and devotion. Understanding this Bhagavad Gita fully, completely, every chapter, every sloka, all the questions asked by Arjuna, and the answers given by Krishna, by fully understanding and following this Bhagavad Gita, we can free ourselves from all the problems. We can depend only on Krishna for everything. This Bhagavad Gita is showing us the knowledge, direction, and everything. So it teaches us about how to control our mind, how to make our mind as our best friend. So, Jnana Vijnana Triptatma Kutasto Vijittendriyaka Yukta Ituchate Yogi Samalostasma Kanchan. That's what is very important. So we will be able to be equal. So when we are satisfied with the jnana, with the knowledge, jnana vijnana tripta. So then at that point of time, we don't have to get attached with anything in this material world. So if we are satisfied with the knowledge, this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, if we understand everything, all about our life, about our future, about our everything, what we are supposed to do, and what to do and what not to do, and everything becomes very clear. So then we don't have to go after anything in this material world. We don't have to earn our living. We don't have to work very hard. We don't have to struggle. That's what Krishna is teaching us in this Bhagavad Gita. So then we can lead a very peaceful and blissful life by simply focusing on Bhagavad Gita. That is becoming possible. We are able to see that. We are able to feel, experience happiness when we are connected with Krishna. And we are able to enjoy. We are able to enjoy. The real enjoyment comes when we are connected with Krishna. Because he is the source of everything, Krishna takes care of us very nicely. No one knows him, but he knows everyone. Even the demigods and even the rishis, so no one knows him. Aham adirgi devanam maharishinam cha sarvasa. That's what Krishna says. So I am the beginning of everyone. So that way, Krishna is the knower of everything. So everything rests on Krishna. It's the mighty wind which blows everywhere, always rests on the sky. So like that, we wherever we go, but we are always within Krishna only. We cannot escape. We cannot get out of Krishna. So, yatakaso sito nityam vayuga sarvatra gomahan yata sarvani bhutani matstani tu pada. That's what Krishna says. Yatakaso sito nityam vayuga sarvatra gomahan. So this vayu, this air, wind, which goes everywhere, sarvatra gomahan, but it is always in the sky. It cannot get out of the sky. Tata sarvani bhutani mastani iti upadarya. So like that, all the living entities are in me only. That's what Krishna is teaching us. So we are in Krishna only. We need to understand. We need to realize and simply surrender unto him and do everything for him. So in all respects, dedicate our life unto Krishna. So then we are going to lead a very, very happy life. Peaceful life. So Bhagavad Gita only is teaching us, giving us all this knowledge, everything about Krishna. So that way, before our death, we should die. Before our death, we should die means before we are forced to leave this body, we should leave everything. Because that is the reality. It's the reality for everyone. Death can come in any form to anyone. We know that few days ago, sudden rain, so much rain and landslide, and hundreds of people, they just got buried. That is the reality. We need to understand this material world is like this one only. So we cannot assume, we cannot think that we are going to live here forever. Even if a person lives up to 100 years, what is the use if he is not a devotee of Krishna? He is not doing anything for Krishna. He has no knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, not able to give up all the attachments to everything in this material world, then what's the use of living for a very long time? Instead of living in this world, a person who dies early, he is living in another body. That's it. No big difference. That is the reality we need to understand. So that way, if we give up all our attachments with everything in this material world in this life, that means if we die before we actually die, if we spiritually elevate ourselves to Bhagavad Gita with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita towards Krishna and give up everything in this material world, so that means we need not worry about whenever the death comes because we are already ready to go to Goloka. So that's why we need to achieve that Brahma Bhuta platform. So in the Bhagavad Gita, now we are studying in the 15th chapter. So Krishna is teaching us in the 15th chapter, in the 15th sloka, what we studied. So in the sloka number 14, Krishna taught us very clearly that Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Dehamashitaha Pranapana Samayuktaha Pachamyannam Chaturvidam. Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Dehamashitaha. So by becoming the digesting fire and entering into everyone's body, praninam dehamashritagam, by situated in everyone's body, by becoming the digesting fire, and by maintaining the both incoming and outgoing air, prana apana samayukta, pachamyannam chaturvidam, I digest the four kinds of foodstuffs. So the food we chew and eat, and the food we just swallow, and the food what we suck, and the food we actually lick. So these are the four types of food Krishna is saying that I digest. I am the fire of digestion in the bodies of all living entities. And I join with the air of life, outgoing and incoming, to digest the four kinds of foodstuff. Then in the next sloka number 15, what we studied yesterday, 15:15. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto mattaga smritir jnanam apohanam cha vedaischa sarvairaham eva vedyo Vedanta Krit Veda Viddeva Chaham Sarvasya Chaham Hridi Sanni Vishnu. I am seated in everyone's heart, and from me comes remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. Mattaga Smritir Jnanam Apuhanam Cha. Vedaischa Sarvairaham Eva Vedyo. Of all the Vedas, I am to be known. Vedanta Krit Veda Viddeva Chaham. Indeed, I am the compiler of Vedas, I am the Vedanta and the knower of Vedas. So that's what Krishna is teaching. So Krishna is there in our heart, and we are able to remember because that comes from Krishna. We have the knowledge that comes from Krishna, and we forget things that also comes from Krishna. I am seated in everyone's heart, and from me come remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. By all the Vedas, I am to be known. Indeed, I am the compiler of Vedanta, and I am the knower of the Vedas. Then in the next sloka, what we are studying today in this sloka number 16, Dvavimau Purushau Loke Kshara Eva Cha Kshara Sarvani Bhutani Kutasto Aksharam Muchyate Kutasto Akshara Uchyate. In this world, there are two kinds of living entities. So one is fallible, another is infallible. Kshara and Akshara. All the living entities, so they are Kshara. And the others, Kuttasto, they are Akshara. So that means who are free from the material nature, modes of nature, they are akshara. Those who are under the control of the modes of nature, they are kshara. That's what Krishna is doing. That's what ksharas chakshara evacha. There are two classes of beings, the fallible and the infallible. In the material world, every living entity is fallible, and in the spiritual world, every living entity is called infallible. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we finished sloka number 16 in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Now let us chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and focus our mind on the transcendental sound vibration. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaur Bhakta Vrindam. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Basic Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Subbalakshmi Mataji
Ashram Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Sorry for the inconvenient class.
No
Nadu,
problem.
in the middle, I am not attending. Very sorry. Hare
You can
Krishna,
follow
Hare
through
Krishna,
the meeting. Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Brinda Mataji, Hare Krishna. Satyendra Singh Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji Pranam.
Pranam Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Prabhu.
Interesting session today. In the beginning, you have said that we have to identify with the soul, not the body. And today you have taken a new thing to say, the way you have said, we have to die before death. And that talk is really interesting. Detachment to the word. पहले से ही हम detached हो गए. Interesting. Really, we are learning new things. The new way of Krishna consciousness. Thank you, Guruji, for all this. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama.
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Jyoti Mataji, Hare Krishna. Mahendra Shukla Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Prabhu.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, दंडवत
Hare
प्रणाम।
Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे रामा
Hare
रामा
Rama.
राम
Hare
हरे हरे। ओम नंदी सर। हरे कृष्णा।
Ravindra Goyal Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Krishna Jyoti Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you for keeping us in Krishna consciousness, Guruji.
Yes, Mataji. It's Krishna.
Today's class was very nice and I enjoyed chanting. The transcendental vibrations I really experienced today. Actually, it was very nice.
It's very nice. Krishna's mercy. We are able to chant and
Completely, our concentration level improves actually by doing this japa.
yes,
Right,
Mataji.
Guruji?
No doubt. No doubt. Krishna's mercy. It will happen. It's all
And the
Krishna's.
identity what you told, that was very nice. Really, very good. It was. Came to know that new thing.
Yes, Mataji. We are not.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Ravindra Goyal Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Thank you Guruji for a wonderful class. It's very nice to be in Krishna consciousness. We are so grateful to you. Mercy of Krishna. No more questions, Guruji. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Sarveshwar Vishnu Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji, Dandavat Pranam Guruji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Dandavat Pranam Guruji.
Dandavat Pranam Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Palniappan Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So today you have really well explained about Maya. That is, we have to come out of Maya. That means we should not all the time connected with material world. Otherwise, that Maya will make us to worst level. That is a very interesting thing which you discussed today, and as well as before we are forced to leave from this material world, we have to be ready already. We have to become out by praying Krishna all the time. That is a very interesting thing to learn, that some people are already doing it. Yesterday I saw one message. One of the person is a PhD person with 41 years age. He has already come out of the whole life. That is the thing I saw yesterday in one of our messages came to me. It's a very interesting thing to hear. That's a thing. That people are there. That means, and because the slogan also says many people are under the control of material nature, and only few people are with Krishna. That is a very interesting slogan also today connected with that. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
Brinda Mataji, Hare Krishna. Mani Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Last 3 days class. So it's a continuation, and it's very nice to know that Krishna also has no duty bound to do. We are all duty bound because of our karma, because we have taken birth forcefully. So that fallible, non-fallible, that clearly explains how it is. So we are forced to come, and we are forced to, live in this place. But Krishna is not. He came, and for any war or any other things, he also done that negotiation, reconciliation to make the people understand not to go for war. And he tried all his level best. Though he know that the end will be like this, but the real this thing, the Mahabharata, as a human being, he never showed his Bhagavan Rupa, his super soul. He never showed. He lived like a normal human and tried to do a good thing, though he is not duty bound. So he came to, to establish dharma. Therefore, he came into this earth. And all other things, all history, and we know through Mahabharata. So he is not duty bound. So similarly, when we always think about Krishna, slowly we are getting out from that Maya Shakti, and we go towards him. That is what he wanted. But he has given that freedom. The real democracy, he already established 5,000 years back. He established that democracy. That means independent can choose whatever the path, whatever the way, and they can live happily the way they want. But he told us authoritatively that in this manner, without attachment, detached from materialistic world, you can come to me, and you will not get the rebirth. So he has already given the independence. He already living with all the human beings, all the lives. He is there always. He is always there in the heart. And he is doing all this Kriya Shakti, the food that we are chewing, and in and out, all these things, he is doing it. He is doing it on behalf of all human being and all lives. It is happening on their own in the system. And moreover, he is also, maintenance manager for all the Prakriti, and all the demigod, they are given the instruction. So we call it as a delegation of authority, delegation of power. So there in which he has given all the power and other thing to his demigods and other devata. As you rightly said, no Maharishi has seen him. If they want to go to the Krishna, the manner which it is written in the Bhagavad Gita. So there are many Mahan, they could not able to see him, who is Krishna. Very rare people may got that opportunity to see him. Arjuna is one among them. And when Karna was in a deathbed, he also got that moksha through Krishna. And the Bhishma Pitamaha, he is also got that. So he was removed from all his sins. He is removed from all his, the punya, what he got. So Krishna removed their punya, Krishna removed their sin and made them blank and took them into his Valoka. So this is what the total, the moral of the story for today's class. So our duty bound is nothing but to remember Krishna, go into the path of Krishna. What is there, we have to execute. So many a time we find, even I find that my grandfather, my father also, they are little placid nature. They never intervene what I am studying, what I am going to do, what job I am going to choose, all these things. Even with my children, they are grandmother and grandfather, they never intervene. Understand their characteristics. It is a Krishna characteristic that each and every individual is independent. They have to choose their own. So you cannot dictate terms with anybody. So that I understood. I correlated why they become like that. So sometimes I also felt very bad that they are not intervening, they are not advising, they are not telling the children what to do. So I felt at that time a little, sad. But after going through this Bhagavad Gita, I understood that characteristics we also need to develop. So we cannot intervene, we cannot, develop any expectation towards anything, and we have to do it in a placid nature. So we have to maintain that nature throughout our lives. Thank you, Guruji, for today's class. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Brinda Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. My
Hare Krishna.
volume was on silent. Yes, my Guruji, I did not hear. Thank you for the class, Guruji. Can you hear me? The volume is somewhat
Yes,
not there.
I am able to hear you very clearly, Mataji.
Yes, Guruji. So today's class also, you said that we have to understand this mortal world and be with Krishna's consciousness.
Yes, Mataji. Yes.
Thank you, Guruji, for the class. Thank you very much. Hare
Thank you.
Krishna, 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 Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Can't
Manoj?
hear, Guruji.
What, Mataji?
I cannot hear you only.
I am
I don't
able
know,
to hear
something
you
is
very
wrong
well.
with
I am
my
able to
phone.
hear you, Mataji. I can hear you. Hare Krishna. Manoranjan Sagar Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji, very nice class, and how we are subject to the things God has created nicely, and we are very lucky that we perishable, imperishable, the mortal, immortal. So we have to, what is more immortal? You should connect with that immaterial nature. Really, thank you, Guruji. Very nice class. So I am going to college. Really, very great. We are regularly, you are injecting us. So we are very lucky. So you have to more and more connected with Krishna. And the sloka is very important. Regularly, you try, you all kind of devotions you have got. We should learn from Guruji. Guruji is everything. So without Guru, we cannot move an inch, I think. Then secondary is God, I think. In my opinion, Guru is everything. You enlighten every step you are guiding us. Then only can reach God. Otherwise, without Guru, we cannot achieve anything in life. Thank you, Guruji. Pranam, Guruji. Sadata naman, naman, naman. Hello.
Hare Krishna, let us listen to Srila Prabhupada's Kirtan.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.